He might be busy.
I let him know that we had one, so, I mean, it's up to you. Go invite him. He's got his door open.
Wear your britches, boy.
He does that all the time.
He has to go stand in front of 500-degree pizza.
Ovens, yes.
Maybe I should get a job there.
Thank you, Riley.
Yeah, I started. There's a little place down in Rome that's got delicious with our pizza.
Oh, the
Smoky.
little house
And
right
those
there.
people are all
Kate and I
wearing
found that out by
shorts.
mistake.
Yeah, we were kind of worried about where we were
Smoky
going, but
Mountain
it was
pizza.
good.
It is good.
They have their
And their
brands.
bakery.
And they are always wearing
I
shorts.
slipped down
Okay,
there
I'm
and
gonna
stuff
start
in
this
the
one
bakery.
so you guys got memory full, I can't. I just did.
Okay. It's now 3:02. We will call the meeting to order. Do we have a consensus to adopt the set agenda?
I move we adopt the agenda.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Do we have a motion to consider the minutes from November 13th?
I've got some changes on the minutes.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
If we look at section D,
Okay, the financial
it says, a motion to accept the financial report with the exception of the information in the tax report was made by Sandy Carr and seconded by Mandy and all approved. It doesn't say why we decided to approve everything except for the tax, so.
Well, under F, it says a discrepancy between the gross receipts figure reported and the service and occupancy tax collected was reported. Because we did talk about it, but we talked about it kind of out of turn.
Okay,
So I put it under the topic item on your agenda.
okay,
Is that okay?
all right. No, I kind of read that and I thought, well, why did we do that? And I knew why we did it, but it just didn't say it right there and
Yeah,
then.
I moved it down. I went back and listened to the minutes.
Okay.
I listened to the meeting and then wrote the minutes.
Okay.
moved it.
And then my only other thing is on F. I think that we should include there that right after that meeting, I think it was a day or two, that we had a meeting scheduled with the STR helper people. And if you can put the date in there, Kate, and who attended that meeting, that would be good. Oh, and
Well,
then,
we can't really put that in these minutes because.
no,
we can say
Kate,
a meeting was scheduled for.
Kate had scheduled a meeting and we had talked about
I
it,
had scheduled a meeting and I said in that other meeting that we were.
doing
gonna
it.
have the meeting Because I pointed at her.
Yeah.
and she's like,
That's where she told me that I was supposed to be
It's
there.
scheduled, but you
Yeah.
can't say who attended.
Make an amend.
Would say who was
minutes.
invited.
Yeah.
That's what I meant,
Yeah.
Cindy.
So do we have a motion to amend the minutes?
One more.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry,
ahead.
Jimmy.
No, I'm sorry.
So if you go to the Old Man Winter Ornament, on the second page of that, it says, Tim Holloman says that the bottom post is support and was going to be taken down. I thought that we all had agreed that all the horizontal posts were going to be taken down, not just the bottom one.
well, that is what he said in the meeting. So
That-
that's what I wrote down, was that he said, because he said the bottom post is supposed to be taken down. He didn't say.
Jimmy, do you
Not the
remember?
frame.
I just
He didn't say
remember,
anything about the frame.
I was more upset about the whole utility
Just the
pole,
placement of it,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just, you
Yeah.
know, that's
But
what I
he
was
actually
upset
said
about.
was this, because
Okay.
I wrote these using the actual recording of the.
I think at this point,
Don't worry about it.
I would live with it.
All right.
And next season, we already
We're gonna work on
plan it, yeah, a
Yeah.
little differently. Hopefully, when you're coming out of Fred's, you'll see it, is the projection.
That's what we thought.
Because the idea is not every single one of these sustainable light fixture, not light fixtures, light shows, just call them, they're not all gonna be, picture opportunities, if that makes sense. You know, the ball is kind of like
Well, you
the
can
home
take your
run.
picture, but your family.
Yeah, it's not, you don't take a picture with it. You can take a picture safely from Fred's parking lot.
It's not
So that's the
interactive.
idea
Let's
there.
talk, yeah, maybe we should talk about that in
Yeah.
this next coming meeting.
Sure.
Okay,
But my
I'm good with those
question
changes.
And go ahead, Miss Cindy.
Was that really September 2018, or was it 2017, 19? The
No,
tax-
it was the 18.
The error was actually over a year old?
Yes.
The error was in the previous year.
Okay.
And
so
we
that was-
didn't know there was an error till we got the number for
This year.
Not this month, but last month.
Yeah.
And we said, that
Okay,
can't
that's
be
what
right.
triggered it.
Yeah.
And I
Gotcha.
think we're gonna dive into that today.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. So, do we have a motion to amend all the changes under item F, new business for the tax collection process? And I'm not gonna worry about Tim Holloman's.
Correct. I make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Hey.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Kate, I will call on you to do the financial report for this month.
Okay, and I wrote draft on all of these. I did get this weekend from Bonnie a budget, an operating budget. She did tell me that it wasn't complete to her liking and she was gonna keep working on it, but she wanted me to have something to give to y'all. So this is, I did make a notation on it that it was a draft.
Yeah.
I will say that it does look pretty much in line. There is a line in here though, for rent, which we don't actually pay, but there's no amount under staff development and travel above that, which we do actually pay. So I think that it's probably just in the wrong line. And I think that the numbers in total are probably close to correct. And it's just that some of
So
them.
you're saying the $2,800 for rent is supposed to be
Yeah,
under
we don't
staff
pay
development?
rent, yeah. But we do have staff development and travel, and that's not showing on this budget, so I think it's just in the wrong place. The other amounts, as far as our original budget, do appear to be correct. As far as November actual income, I think that actual income is probably a reasonably good number, is not including our interest on investments. So it should go up a couple $100 when all is said and done. But the 46,024 number, if you look on the next page, in your tax report, you will see under 2019-20, the last number that's recorded there for this month, it's 46,024. So that matches. And that was one of the things that when Steve and Rebecca and I found that we had the discrepancy before, how could we double check our numbers? And how could Rebecca and Steve double check? Well, Steve would be able to pull his number that goes on your budget report here. He'll pull this number from what's actually deposited. That's where he's seeing it. And Rebecca pulls that number when, off her worksheet.
Of the actual reports.
Yeah, so that, I think, is a good number in this report. Again, I say that there is some interest that's not reported in here, so your income should go up a little bit. As far as expenditures, it looks to be correct, and what I did to make a check on that was on your, and this is my bad handwriting, I scribbled on the bottom of your invoices. This total, if you took this total and then you added to it what doesn't come out of your invoice list, which includes your 3% that you pay off the top, and then what you pay or transfer to town salaries, that doesn't come out of here either. You know, that would increase this number to actually a little bit more than the 26,255. So, again, I think there is a little adjusting that'll get done on this over this next month. But I do appreciate her getting it to us. As far as whether the bank balances are correct, they are, each of them, either the same as far as the capital and non-capital in the NC Capital Management Trust. Those are the same. The Highlands Union has gone up and the BB&T has gone up from what we were given previously, and that would be what you'd expect this time of year. So I do think that these are roughly accurate.
Okay.
So now for the tax report, Rebecca's gonna talk to us about the, amount that is collected and then the amount that is gross, and how she gets that. And if y'all don't mind, so Rebecca doesn't have to stay here, we have on the agenda, occupancy tax collection. And
Process.
she wants to update us on what's going on with that.
So make a motion
Move
to
it.
bump that up.
Yeah, to move that up.
So do I have a motion to?
I
it?
move.
Okay, second.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Hi,
Thanks,
guys.
Rebecca.
So the total tax received for the month of October is showing $46,024, which is up 44.61% over last year. The total gross for the month of October is $782,652.57, which is up a whole lot from last year at $554,000. So we are collecting money. Now, as far as the tax collection process, I wanted to let y'all know, we have started keeping a list of all of the payees. We've done that now for the last 3 months. So for October, November, and this month, we're keeping a list. The people that paid all in October, if they missed November, we have sent them a letter letting them know that they have missed the month of November. If they did not rent it, we are still requiring them to send in a 0 form from everybody. We've caught a lot of people that way that are renting through VRBO. VRBO just started paying for people this coming month. So, I mean, a lot of the people that were paying by themselves are now not going to be showing up on that report because VRBO and stuff are paying for them now. But we did send out a total, I think we sent out like 35 letters to people that were on the list of October that didn't send anything in November. And we mailed those out Friday of last week. Right now, we have about 50 people that are on the list that haven't sent in anything for December. So, I mean, they have until next Monday, with the 15th being on a Sunday. So, we'll get Monday to get all of those in, and then we'll send the letters out then. Also, what we've started doing is anybody that sends a report in after the 15th of the month, if they do not include penalties, we are making a copy of their report. We are highlighting penalties, highlighting the 15th of the month. I'm mailing it back to them along with a letter letting them know that the occupancy tax reports are due by the 15th. If we don't receive them by the 15th, then they have to pay the penalties. So
Rebecca,
hopefully,
if I may ask, is this posted on the town's website?
it is the what?
Just the general process? of
No,
when-
it is not, but
Is
we
it-
can get that on there.
I mean, is that something we should do?
Probably.
Just to,
Yeah, we can get that on there.
Rebecca, can you go back a couple steps for me? You guys were not at the meeting that Kate and I were at with Rebecca and Tim, and I believe you had said that you guys had put out 118
We
letters?
put out 118 letters to STR Helper that showed that they were non-compliant. This is not, I mean, that wasn't the same as what we started doing with the keeping up with the list. I went through the STR Helper, there showed 118 non-compliant residents. A lot of those residents could be rented through VRBO, HomeAway, Airbnb. You know, when we receive their checks, they do not send us a list of who they're paying for.
Okay.
It's just one lump sum with Airbnb. So we did send out 118 of those letters. We have got back probably 40 to 50 listing forms that people are signed up and they write on there, you know, I'm written through Airbnb. We are still asking them to do that. Even if they're written by Airbnb, we asked everybody to fill out a listing form in May and November. That way we know.
checks and balances to me.
That's the only way that
that's
we, I mean,
how
that's the only way we know who is doing
Yeah.
that.
So of those 118, less than half notified you or complied. What happened
Right
to the
now.
other half?
I haven't heard anything, so we'll send out another letter in January to them.
Okay.
We do have one taxpayer on the mountain that I did turn over to the attorney. We are auditing, or a letter was drafted to audit that property. I'm not sure what steps have to be taken. Right now, for that property, 4 is drafting the letter, and we are going to meet with them here at Town Hall before any audits are done. So we're going to give him the option of bringing everything current before they do the audit.
Yes, ma'am.
We need to have a really good leak out to everybody that the town is doing that process if you're not compliant.
That's
Yeah.
why I think the website, we just spent a lot of money on the website, so let's
Yeah.
put that on there and help pay
Well,
for it.
and instead of doing a leak, we've got the Mountain Ear. I mean, we've got a
Correct.
lot of
Yeah, we
communication
can put a-
vehicles that we
We could
could,
probably do that, do a
This
tax
is
report in
not
the
a
Mountaineer and let them
secret.
know that we could audit
Yeah.
anybody at any
I agree.
time.
I like
Whether-
Sandy's idea.
The Mountaineer needs more articles.
They do.
He's only got 2 articles right now, so
Well, we
there's,
can-
there's room in it.
tax.
right
is
now.
we can
that
draft
something,
up a whole thing.
Rebecca, you could draft and Kate, you could take a look at?
Yeah.
That'd be
I'll help you.
Another thing that I do want to say is Kelsey has been helping me out tremendously with my figures. So what I do, Kelsey opens all of the mail. Kelsey puts it all on the daily journal. Whenever I enter the occupancy tax daily, I'm putting the numbers into a spreadsheet that I get the numbers from Kate. When I get my numbers, I'm asking Kelsey to re-add. She comes up with the same numbers. My reports will not come to any of you all until I match the finance officer. So when the finance officer is back in the office, when he runs his reports, my reports, we want them to match. We want them to you by the first day of the month. I don't want them any later than the first day of the month. I had told Kate the last day of the month, but we're always a day behind posting. So I can post the last day of the month on the first day of the month, and then we can get the reports by the end of the day.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what we're really striving to
Sure.
get them in
Now,
a
when
timely
you say
fashion.
you're, Kelsey's like re-adding or adding your stuff, you're in Excel?
We are
You're
in
in a
Excel.
program, and do you not have the column automatically summing, or?
It automatically sums a total at the end, but it doesn't call them a day. Well, see, we just enter the totals for the day. The totals for Watauga, the totals for Avery. We don't go in there and enter everybody's thing in Excel. We just do the totals.
Okay.
On that tax form that we
Mm-hmm.
fill out monthly, and I'm assuming individual owners do the same thing, even if, would it be helpful to you if you added a line item or 2 on that form that said by way of VRBO,
See, I
by
mentioned
way
that
of...
last month.
I am, you know, I'm open to making any changes that makes it easier for
Well, that
everybody,
at least
so.
gives you a feeling of
A heads
what
up.
you might
The thing about it
be
is we really,
anticipating to come from those
we're really not
places.
wanting, say, this homeowner rents through VRBO or Airbnb. Airbnb is gonna report their funds. If that homeowner sends something in too, that gross could get reported twice. So we really don't want the homeowners to send in that form if the rental companies are sending it
Unless it
in.
is designated monies through.
It would help you keep track of who's paying
Yeah.
through
So, I mean,
Airbnb.
I'll be glad to do that.
Well, because I just noticed with my little business, I've got the money that I have collected taxes on, and then I've got the monies that Airbnb has gotten taxes on, and I have to back those numbers out. And I just thought maybe on your form, if we separated them out, that would give you a basis of what, to some degree, to be expecting to come in from those sources.
It could, but I mean, that's gonna be like Calder. I mean, your people would need to fill them out. I mean, we have another Carolina Cabin Rentals and High Country Cabin Rentals. I mean, they've got 50 or so cabin rentals. I've sent these people letters because they were on my non-compliant list. And they tell me, you know, High Country Cabin Rentals is renting my house. Well, I call them and they sent me their listing form of all of their property. So, I mean, I would have to tell all of these people that they need to,
Have to do
Fill
one
out-
per each property,
yeah.
so that won't help you.
But they don't come
Really?
into you as each property, so,
Airbnb
need-
doesn't either,
no, but you just need totals.
yeah.
But see, even with us though, our monthly report doesn't, that we send to the town, doesn't come in by each individual property. It comes in by
Right.
the-
It's
It's
a
a total.
So the
By the
only time we're
business.
showing our individual properties is in the May and November.
The listing forms,
Listing.
yes.
um,
And it would be great if we could get VRBO and Airbnb to do listing forms for every property that they're doing, but they're not gonna do that. They don't have to, so they're
Well,
not.
but I don't know why we can't still tell the.
I'm telling the
others
homeowners
that
to
they
fill out a
still have
listing
to do
form
that.
in May and in November, and I'm just having them to write on the top, I rent through Airbnb, I rent through VRBO, or this person is paying my taxes, and we got a lot of those through those compliant letters that way.
Yeah, I mean, the individual should still have to send that May and November listing form.
Yeah, I think they all need to send the listing form in, but now as far as sending the monthly occupancy tax form in, that VRBO is collecting their taxes, I don't see any way that all those people are gonna do that.
Well, it would just add a volume of mail.
It would, and it would add a volume of numbers getting wronger at that time, because that could be picked up twice in the gross. I mean, what if they send it in and didn't write anything on there? We just didn't receive a check and they didn't write anything on there.
So
That
that
Airbnb
doesn't
paid their
help you.
taxes,
I
so.
thought it might just get you closer to knowing
that was
what you
me.
were anticipating, but apparently not.
Well, in March, when ski season's over, why don't you send a letter to me and a letter to Carolina Cabin Rentals and say, you two have been picked for individual audits and we wanna have a meeting. and
That would be
see."
nice, wouldn't
I
it?
mean, I'll step up so it doesn't look like we're just picking on that one company, but
Yeah.
that's what you ought to do, is just.
Well, that company knows, I mean, they turned in reports that I know are false reports. So when I got the reports and I was able to pull some old reports and showed that they made double the amount of money in an old report than they're proving that they made this time, and I knew they were false,
So
so
what did you do after that?
I sent them to the attorney.
And what happened? What was the result after that?
The attorney requested those reports again Thursday or Friday, and they are in the process of drafting a meeting letter for that taxpayer to come forward and meet with the attorney.
And this is different than the person who didn't pay since January?
No, it's the same person,
Okay.
Yikes.
yeah.
Any other questions for Ms. Rebecca?
I think there's a lot bouncing around in my head, but I'm not holding right
I think the
now.
procedure needs to, yeah.
Need to process. through
Rebecca,
that.
thank you very much.
You're very
for your
welcome.
time.
Thank you.
Kate, before we move on, I just want to.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you,
your
Rebecca.
work.
There was a $14,000 increase from last October to this October. Anything you can give the credit to, beautiful leaves, the barn, anything that,
We did have quite a few weddings at the Oakwood Farm. October is a very popular month there. And so I think that the leaves are not that
no,
great.
okay.
So, but people may have come for the leaves, whether it
And
was
the weather
wet or not.
was a little warmer.
And we did have some woollyworm people. We had
Yep.
some woollyworm. We've been kind of pushing for that for the last couple of years because things get flipped up all the way to Boone. and
Sure.
They don't think to come up each mountain.
Yeah.
We told them they got free pizza if they would come.
Yeah.
I've not heard that one yet.
More rumors.
Yeah. I wonder,
October was great.
I'm curious to see
Yeah.
if Appalachian had more home games this year than last year during the month of October, just to see if that had a draw.
Well, I think the winning helps too,
Right,
right?
yeah, no question,
It does
yeah.
help. Anything that
Yeah.
happens positively at
Yeah.
Appalachian.
I was just curious,
is
you
good
know,
for us.
if like they had 3 home games this year in October and last year they only had 1. Just be interesting to
We'll
look
see if
at
I can find
eventually.
that out.
I did
make it.
That could definitely help.
I was
Okay.
curious if there was any change in the Pinnacle Inns
Sure. Yeah, they're
monies,
revamping.
because they have been
They have
in
revamped.
such transition
The
there
Pinnacle Inn actually had better. They had
Numbers
better, yes.
than a year ago.
So they actually had better September and October. So, but I think they're settling down now.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I was thinking they'd be getting a grip on it.
Additionally, Jimmy, Kate and I and Rebecca and Tim did get a chance to meet with actually it was a video meeting with the STR helper people. There was some question as to the use of the program or non-use of the program, and we took some notes and we have them ready for you guys, but we're holding them, till next meeting?
Yeah.
Is the person using STR helper, do they know how to use the program? A lot of these programs, you have to go to a little class or seminar to learn how to function in them. I'm just curious to see if
Yeah.
it's a user error.
Some of it
Or is that
was,
something we're gonna talk about next month?
yeah.
That's fine,
We'll-
yeah.
we'll have
I was just
a
curious.
whole section on that next month, because we do need to decide within the next few months if y'all want to do it again, or,
This is
honestly,
year
the
2?
only thing y'all can, yeah, this is year 2, and here's the thing, y'all cannot pay for the town's tax software, and this is the town's tax software. The only thing that you could pay for was the consumer complaint portal part of it.
Is it
which
all
was
under
not ever used, right?
It doesn't seem to be, no.
So we throw the money away.
From how
Who
I've been
paid the
told,
15,000? The town?
Well, it's 30 total.
for 2 years.
Half.
Yeah, 15,000 was from us over 2 years and 15,000 from the town over 2 years.
And if I understand it right, you're supposed to use it sporadically, like every couple years, go away from it and then use it, is that?
Well, you don't,
That's how I originally
ideally,
understood
they
it.
would want you to just keep
Of
it,
course,
but,
but-
you really, if it gets up and generating your list of people regularly, you, after a while, you've kind of reached the point where you have,
It's like a saturation.
yes.
What it is looking out there, it's searching for people that are advertising,
You won't need it
and
every
it
Yeah.
it sends us a list.
So I
$15,000 for
kind of
both the
think
town
that
and
this will be
Yeah.
unless it just has incredibly enhanced value. And the one thing that we did talk about in the meeting was the possibility of them collecting the tax, just following up with people. And as soon as they find that somebody's not on our list, then they go after the person themselves right then. So, I don't know if that's worth it, honestly.
They really didn't send us a very good proposal either. They just sent us a dollar amount and really didn't.
That means they're complacent then? Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll take a
our
break
problem
from it.
is that they're sundowning one program. And at the end of March, if we don't upgrade or make some type of commitment to them, right? Then we just lose everything. We are not going to be part of their program because they're not going to be able to support us because they're
Yeah.
migrating to a new program. So that's why we do need to address it and figure out what we're going to do, at least by next month, I would say.
Yeah, so we really, if it has a value to the tax office, then I'm all for it, if it helps them in any way, because we do have a one-person tax office. But if it's just throwing away money,
Yeah.
because what we found last time was that the program hadn't been opened all year, so,
Yeah.
that.
I was told it paid for itself.
Yeah, you were, and I said do not report that it paid for itself, because it has not, but that was reported to y'all, so.
All right. Do we have a motion to approve the invoices paid and the financial reports?
I move.
Do we have a second?
Can I just ask one little question on the expenses here? Beach Mountain Historic Society, it says grant.
Yeah.
Is that one of those perpetual grants? that-
They actually were not a legacy grant. They made a specific grant this time
So there's
for
some-
enhancements to their,
I think they're signed or
they
Yeah.
did a sign and they did some new,
Structures on the
Window
inside?
treatments or something?
they had some really neat old videos, like, were movies really, when Carolina Caribbean started, and they got all those digitized, and they had a display made. I went in and they showed me, y'all need to go in and see what they've done, because
Mhm.
Kelsey Wise, our Kelsey
Uh-huh.
Wise, actually built some of the new displays.
Oh,
and
neat.
It's just gorgeous,
Pretty.
and it's a really great way to preserve some history, but yeah, they did several things with that money. They really made it stretch, so.
Well, my question is this part of this grant?
From
Process.
previous.
Yeah.
So we're cutting
Yeah.
a check to them, which is their grant
Ver-
award.
Reimbursement.
Separate apart from that list that y'all had
'Cause there's
dispersed
two-
3 or 4 months ago?
Yes, ma'am, because there's the legacy
Yeah.
grants and then there's the.
Awarded.
I mean,
awarded
it was on the
grants.
list of grants that were approved, it's just,
It's
this is
just
not
now
showing.
Just
Now
now.
getting-
out.
Yeah, I don't even think the first check went out to like August or September. It was kind of,
It was kind of late.
yeah, it was kind of late.
Well, they can't get them before July.
But yeah,
anyway.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Remember that?
So they're applying now for the ones that we will pay in the next fiscal year.
No.
Well,
No.
we'll send out, well, not necessarily you, because y'all decide what you want to do, but normally what would happen is at the end of March, I would send everybody notice that it'll be time again to apply, and I will send them an application form, and then middle to end of April, they'll send them all back to us, and then we'll get together, look at everything, and see what we can afford to award, and then
And
let-
pay those in after July.
yeah,
1.
pay them after July 1.
We just need to remember about fireworks.
Yeah, yeah. And fireworks is actually on our,
Yes, it
I
is.
started to say, okay.
Well, the motion is still up. Do we have any?
But do we send out a notice or a letter to anybody that still has not done their
Claimed their.
thing and
yeah, in January, we go through and y'all look at it again, and whoever looks like they're lagging behind, I will call people and
say, are you still gonna do your
it?"
project?
And
And
Yeah.
sometimes, like with the overlook barn, they did it and they forgot they
Yeah.
were gonna get money back, so it's like, yay, it's like giving them Christmas in January.
Since Rebecca's doing some kind of article on the process for the tax, would it not be a good idea to also maybe put in an article inviting people to submit for grants?
We could.
Just make sure that everybody knows fair field.
That's kind of like, here's the bad news and here's the good news.
Yeah, I was trying to get, I know, I couldn't believe I was the one that was saying, let's put some process in the Mountaineer.
So we can give it back to you in grants.
Yeah.
Surprise. It's funny. Any other questions? The motion still is on the table.
I seconded.
Do we have, all in favor? Sorry.
I,
Moving on, I want to take a brief moment. There's the High Country magazine here that's on the desk, and there's an article in there with the ornament, and I'll hang this out to you guys. And it's just showing you and talking to you about how Susie Nepka has done a wonderful job, and the TDA is kind of like merging together and making like a sustainable light show throughout the whole mountain and every curve. There's something different, like the Marshmallow Man or Old Man Winter or ornament. So I just wanted to take a minute and just make a mention about that, and I'll show that to you guys later.
And we've got some over at the visitor center,
Yeah.
if y'all want that magazine, there's a bunch of them there.
Yeah.
They did a really great job.
So,
and
yes.
Kate's gonna send out, or she already sent out, if we can find an electronic version of that, because I'd love to blast that out to everyone we possibly can blast out, because that
Yes.
is a nice picture of that ornament.
Well, we can scan it in and put it on Facebook anyway if we need to.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. So I just wanted to make a mention. And under old business is the maps, and I'm assuming Kate, you'll have an update
Oh, yeah.
on the hiking guiding maps.
We met with Preston and Sean 2 months ago, and Preston will have us a rough draft of the map where he's combining all of the roads and then all the trails on one map with the blurbs and the inset of Emerald Outback on the back.
Cool.
So he should have that by midweek next week.
And the cool thing about that, I don't know how long y'all have been on this mountain, but that map has looked like that map forever. I mean, even when I was back, I regurgitated that map. So they're gonna try to bring it into like the 21st century and maybe some tire tracks, or, you know, to go ahead and kind of make it a little bit more appealing, so, and change the picture, which we're excited about.
Maybe next month. When do we plan to print these maps?
Well, as soon as he sends it to us, we'll review it really, really closely
Okay.
and then get it to the printer.
Maybe the next January meeting, pull it up on the big screen, and
Or
we can
just
all,
give it
or
even
yeah, if you have
better.
that,
We will actually
Touch
have
it.
that.
We get to
Reach
touch
out.
it.
that would be neat, yeah. Okay. The
You
next,
know, we've all lost the ability to refold a map, though.
I don't know whether I ever had that ability.
all right, the next one is the Holland billboard. I was gonna reach out to Tim Holland, but somebody beat me to the punch, so I'm not sure.
Who beat you to the front?
He came into my office, so
Okay.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
So-
picking up a key and
Yeah.
I asked him, and he's not interested in selling,
Okay.
but he is perfectly fine with our relationship and keeping it as is. He does
Great.
want it fixed though.
Yes. And to that end, Kent Walker called me today and apologized yet again. They still don't have a report. He is not actually the one doing the report. It's Patrick Belleville, but he seems to have a little bit of trouble getting that report generated.
Are we not
Like a
paying
big-
for it?
Should we not jump
His-
ship by now?
Well, I actually wonder if
Someone
this
else.
is okay with y'all if I call and ask them, you know, just, you know, can you return our $600.
Oh, good.
This is the engineer or the,
It's Ioncon, and they are the firm to ask, they're the firm to do it, but
Is there another
But-
firm that can do it? I mean, are we at their mercy, or?
I need civil engineer should be
I mean,
able to
we
do
may
it.
end up having to spend more, but actually get it done by another company. So what I thought I would do is ask Kent Walker if he can refer me to another company that I could actually get the report from.
Do we get our money back?
Yeah.
No.
Don't we have a building inspector here that
That's gonna.
is
It's-
qualified
it's
enough to take care
AJM.
of silly sign
Well,
needs?
that and it's engineering, it's,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, building, you know,
Yeah,
separate.
yeah, he's the one who said we needed an
You're gonna
engineering
need, like-
report. And the reason is it has to withstand 150-mile-an-hour winds and,
Yeah.
you know, that.
They're
so
probably-
You
I
need
mean,
an engineer.
Mr.
that-
Merritt and Mr. Fisher, definitely smart enough, but they don't need to have the stamp, you know,
Yeah,
to approve
so,
it.
So try to get our money back and try to move forward?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I
Okay.
mean, I've been making the same report to y'all
Do you have an
now
engineer
for like
for this?
6 months.
I know.
Say 6 months.
Huh?
I thought that too. The next one would be the website. A little disappointed because like a month ago I asked if we were on time. Now I'm hearing that we're not on time, and here it is, peak ski season.
Yep.
And it has
Hopefully-
issues.
Yeah, but on the bright side, we're running parallel. Okay, so none of our tourists or anybody know
They
that.
don't even know
Yeah.
there's a new site that's
They're,
not
they're
on.
still
That's
seeing
true,
the
but our
site.
current site's not current.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is we were
Yeah.
supposed to be on time. That's why we kind of rushed and
Yeah.
made the decisions we made. So
Yeah.
I just have to voice my opinion. I'm a little disappointed in that. But is there now an ETA of when it will be complete? You think?
Look in your email. You've
Oh.
got the
Yeah,
link
we've got a
We got
link
it.
to the test site.
Yeah.
Oh, do we? In all the documents? Oh, okay.
Well,
cool.
in your email, when you get
We
back
just
to your
got it
office,
like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Janine,
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I liked that
Harris
it's,
from Big Boom sent us a link today, because I said, I've got to have your
Some.
estimated time of
Okay.
completion
Yeah.
today. And so she said, I'm really sorry, here's the link.
Okay.
I sent it out to all you, and I told her that I would get with her next week after everybody.
yeah. I like the visual look of it. I
It's
just,
a little cleaner in that.
it's a lot cleaner and it's a lot more youthful, but some of the pictures are just so
Yes,
old.
the same.
I can't see that one picture again. I just can't.
It's,
So,
yes.
yeah, and then, of course, that was the one that blossomed and opened up. But on the cool side, we're looking at more interactiveness, which I don't think we all kind of knew about. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people to be able to actually capture in an instant what it is that we have available and click on it and get to it. The other thing is, on that front page, there's a place for news, which is really our blog, and we just keep constant information flowing, something new every day.
I will say it was so nice and clean, and I mean, even an idiot can do it. I mean, play, stay, eat, or whatever. I mean, that's what we needed, so good job on that.
Well, and it is nice when you click through and you go up to the lodging page, there are things that need to be fixed there,
There's
but
some issues.
there's the
Pictures.
lodging page, but then there's a little, scroll across over on the side that keeps you interested, and so maybe if this doesn't do it for you, this over here will catch your attention, so.
I definitely
scrolling
like the
does work.
template. The template was definitely a good pick.
Yeah, it's just taken forever, and at one point, she emailed, I was in the Rural Assembly when I got the email that said, so are these things, I took all these things out, and I looked down, and there were like 40 things that, like.
Should be in?
Beach Mountain Realty Rentals, and, Emerald Realty Rentals, and,
Don't take them out.
yeah, so I had to go back through and, but there was a lot of difficulty moving from Joomla that we kind of knew it was going to be hard, because that was a very deep website. It was more than hundreds of pages. It was
Deep, yeah.
1,000+ pages.
And that's like behind the scenes?
Yes.
So like, see, I still don't know a lot about
You
Yeah,
link
so
from one word to
It
another
was
word.
huge.
Yeah,
It was
and now
a
this
huge
new one
site.
is kind of like streamlined.
Yeah,
That's
you'll
good.
like it when you look at it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Now,
when you get back
like a
in,
month ago,
y'all tell me what you think.
the first
and play with
page
it.
is the public utility building. Is it, if I, or maybe I was looking.
That's the town.
That's the
Yeah,
town- no,
that
it's
one's, you can't blame us
No,
for
no,
that
no.
one.
I was gonna say, maybe we should have something, no, I'm sorry, that was the town, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that's town.
My apologies.
Yeah, no, this one is, I know the picture she's talking about.
Yeah, I was like,
She's
for
tired
a
of that.
resort, let's check, it's cool, but
That was,
that's not gonna bring them up here.
The reason why this is so popular is because you go, and then there's words, then you've got
Yeah.
text up in the sky and that,
It's too big.
I will take you, I will go out and take you an up in the sky picture that's to replace that sucker
Even a
with.
solid background of any color.
Yeah.
You guys took of the club with the Christmas.
Oh, yeah, you can have
That
any of
new
my
one
pictures.
Yeah.
With the sunset or something.
Yeah,
Is
we'll
that-
play with
that was
it. They
awesome.
just changed all of that. What they did was basically take from the original site.
Yeah,
So now that they've got it functioning, we
Cool.
can tweak it and,
Okay.
make it work the way we need it to. So, before it goes live. And remember, the other site is live and we are getting a huge amount of traffic to the other site. Even though it's not great, it is still functioning extremely well. for
That's
them.
good.
The bad thing
And
about it
obviously-
is though, the vents aren't there.
Yeah.
Mobile friendly,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
It is
Or
mobile
you're-
friendly.
Cool. All right, any other comments on the website?
Not specifically on the website, but how's the promo going?
We've had over 1,000 people already sign
Excellent.
up for that.
Excellent, excellent.
We talked about the tax collection process, the board composition. I just want this in the minutes that I will be resigning in January from being chair of this board, and I've really enjoyed it with you guys. But I do want it in the minutes just in case, between now and then, if I get any issues, just for, yeah. Just want to make sure I have that written down. Moving on to new business, the fireworks.
Okay, fireworks, y'all remember we had Pyrotechnico, and then the last time we had a 4th of July on the 4th, they stopped being able to service, and then we had Zambelli, and they were really good, but then we're having a 4th of July on the 4th,
On the
and I
4th.
requested the day after last hog roast that we be on their list, and they told me they couldn't promise me. And then they finally told me that they really couldn't cover us.
Okay.
But Eric Wright, who is a local guy, Jayco Pyrotechnics, he can do it, and he's going to send me a contract. The one thing, they do shells up to 3 inches, but they don't do 4 and 5 inch shells because they're not certified yet, but they're in the process of getting certified. So we may have a show with the smaller
I was
shells.
gonna say, that is gonna make a pretty big difference, I'm pretty sure.
It will.
Yeah.
It will make a difference. But now, every show that Talia's had at the resort has been him, so it has not been 4 and 5 inch
Oh, okay.
shells. So, and those have all been really well received, so.
Well,
Yeah.
I wonder if the price is gonna at least not skyrocket. I know it's on the 4th,
No,
but
I
since
told her
it's,
we had a maximum of $14,400, because the town's putting in half, we're putting in half, and we put 7,200, and that's all we're putting in. So
He
unless y'all
already-
want.
does he already know that total?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I know.
But he.
But it would be,
we-
it'll
for a
happen.
I mean, yeah, at least it's gonna
show.
happen this year,
Yeah.
yeah. Any other time people wanna keep those cards close,
You
but I
would.
understand it's not.
Well, for a 20-minute show
Yeah.
on 4th of July,
And we're 6 months out.
and we're 6 months out.
No, I respect it.
So, now your choice would be if you want to not do the fireworks on the 4th, but
No, it's been a tradition,
Yeah.
and it's always been that Saturday, so,
yeah.
or closest to, so. Yeah, I made a comment and that did not go over well. So I learned very
People
quickly.
throw stuff at you, Jimmy.
Don't do that.
Hey, one time I said we shouldn't have moon pies. People are still mad. That was 7 years ago.
I was against the moon pies too.
Oh,
I backed you.
We still have some from 7 years.
I was gonna say, isn't there a box?
Didn't we give them away?
The hockey puck.
Breakfast or something?
we did. We finally gave some away.
Jimmy, can we go back to board composition?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna jump back one space. My apologies to the board composition real fast for Miss Sandy.
I don't know if anybody has any suggestions.
Well, we think the applications, they gotta fill out the applications, right?
Right.
Is there a deadline on application?
I thought it already, maybe, did it not pass yet? I thought it was the 6th. It might be the end of the month. I thought it was December 6th.
There's very,
If there's no applications and there's
4
an
so
opening.
far that I've seen that wanna be on the TDA. but-
So there's people.
well, here's the thing though. They have to be specific categories, have to be currently employed on Beach Mountain. And they have to be, 2 of them have to be occupancy tax collectors. 4 of them have to be in tourism and hospitality. They have to be affected by collection of hospitality. The 5th one can be employed in another business on Beach Mountain. And right now, Sandy's in that seat, and Sandy has said that she wants to come back, so.
There's
What-
only one
which-
seat, so
Which of the current members are up? This time.
Sandy, Mandy, you're not up, so you have to stay. You have to stay.
I'm sorry.
Don't look so sad, Colby.
You know,
I was trying to find
My-
it,
Okay.
but I don't see it.
So we have 2 current members whose seats are up, and then we'll now have a new one that's up.
Have one new appointment.
And have we published that we're requesting applications, or?
I saw that go out one time, and it was on Facebook. So I don't know, and of course, you know, October, November is crazy season around here, so I just don't know how wide.
How widely it was circulated. Well, I mean, there are people who are interested in TDA. There are some people who are very interested who don't qualify.
That's the part that I'm worried about, especially after our episode of last year.
Yeah, yeah.
So say,
Because that proved to y'all that it does matter who gets on these
oh yeah,
boards.
no, absolutely. Felt your boards
Yeah.
are a huge help.
So,
There's not a deadline listed on the application.
Good.
I thought about Will Young, who is
Well-
the food and beverage for the resort.
Do you have
He's-
time?
He's very energetic. We could ask him.
I mean, my recommendation, or I'm not sure if I'm, or if
Well, I guess I would ask our new mayor and our town manager at the moment, since it's the choice of town council, but do they have any problem with us reviewing the applications and us giving them sort of a rating of a recommendation of how we feel they fit in with the, because we spent a long time developing our philosophy of how we operate, and I would like to at least have the opportunity to look at the applications and make a recommendation or a first, second, third, fourth choice kind of thing.
I think that'd be appropriate.
yes, sir.
It still is up to the town council
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
not take your recommendation, but I think that would be information well used by the town council to help them make a decision.
Okay.
You know, my suggestion is Michael Holland, but I don't know how we.
Michael
I
Holland,
don't know
Michael
how to-
Holland was working in the hospitality and tourism trade. He's-
So he would be a good one, I think.
So can we review those applications?
That's what we were just, that's what we were just
Michael
talking
did put one
about.
in. I do know that.
So you know that there's 4 people that have requested to be on this board?
I believe so, right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
4, maybe 5 now. Now they're not on how the application is yet. They might, not be all qualified, and there's 1, 2, 3. So TDA might be the 3rd option. They
Oh,
wanna
they might wanna
Parks
do
and Rec,
planning
They might
or-
want to do planning and then TDA.
Okay, so my question is, should we go out there and try to look for more people, or are we
Can they share?
just using the 4?
So we know who it is?
If I may,
Can you
Bob,
share the names?
Bob, what would you recommend? If I don't wanna put you on the
No,
spot.
I think that goes to what Calder asked. I think it's appropriate for the TDA to call through those, certainly make a recommendation.
Okay.
Just understand that the council makes the
Sure.
decision, and they have the right to take someone other than who you recommend.
Yes, sir.
But I think that would be, I think the council would appreciate some input.
I believe
So
so
who
too.
has those and how do we get them?
Tamara has all the
Tamara.
applications.
But we only really just need the 4 to,
4 or
You
5.
go through them and see might be somebody in there that might qualify. You might have one that doesn't qualify, you might have one that does.
Yeah.
And,
I go
Yeah, it
through all-
behoove us to.
and
Okay.
council wants to make the decision at the January meeting.
Right.
Okay, so,
So can we go see Tamara when we're done here
yeah, I
Or do we
think
have to
that
be
would
in
be
meeting?
smart.
to review them?
No,
Okay.
so could we do it this way? Kate, could you get them and just email them to us, or is that?
Yeah, I'll get them and email them to you.
Okay.
That
That
would
work
be
for
easier.
everybody?
And then, it might be the person that you're thinking of is already in the list, but, they do have to be working
Mhm.
in the tourism.
Now, what if
business.
none of those 4 people qualify? Do we just sit with an empty chair?
I'm waiting for others.
You'll just have to hold the appointment until they do.
At that point, you could just appoint somebody like we did, well, yeah, we appointed her, remember?
But she's qualified.
Old
I
her,
know, but I'm saying. if
old
they
chopped liver over there.
didn't- If they didn't fill it out,
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
like recruit somebody. and-
Yeah,
Come on, you're on this now.
and it is like being a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, look, she did a lot of
What
good.
did
She
you
made
get
us,
on
how much money so
Yeah.
far
Oh,
with that
yeah.
interest?
That's
Yeah.
right, $200.
I'm like 4 for 4 on my meetings.
Go Cindy, go Cindy.
Yeah.
I was looking to see if we could switch any more money over into that account.
Pay for herself.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any other comments on the board composition?
Sorry, Jimmy.
No,
I'm
no,
going
no,
backwards.
it's
I just
important.
didn't
No, it's-
know where
it's
we
very
were,
important.
what we were
Somewhere
doing.
around 4 applications, and you're gonna share those,
Yeah,
somebody's
I'll
gonna
get
share
them
them
from
with us.
Tamara and send
Okay,
you
good.
who's applied.
I
Thank
can't
you.
find a deadline anywhere.
Okay.
And we touched base on fireworks, and there's only, as of right now, one guy that can do it. So
Yeah,
we're
well,
kinda-
he called me back and said he could do it.
Could do it,
He
okay.
actually formed another team to be able to do ours,
Okay.
but nobody's certified in the bigger shells, but he is actually in the process of getting that done.
So do you need a motion for us to say, let's go do this, or
We
do?
gotta
No,
review it first.
Yeah,
I
Need a contract.
Yeah,
It's a
we'll
lot
have
of
the
money.
contract.
Okay,
Yeah. I would at least review the bid and make sure it's apples for apples from like last year, or similar. Make sure it's a 20-minute show, all that's written down, 3-inch
Yeah.
shells.
Well, actually, guys, I think you either take this guy or you get him.
that's what I'm saying.
kinda what I'm
Because
thinking.
if this, we're having a hard enough time booking this guy, we either need to go out and search for more people, but it sounds like you've looked high and
We have
low.
been doing this, yeah, Bob is,
It won't happen.
Oh,
If we don't do
So
this guy,
should we
gotta go.
lock this guy down is what I'm saying.
We're working on it, right?
yes, we are.
Okay. So next meeting or whatever, you'll need
have a
us to.
decision on fireworks by next meeting,
Okay.
Yeah.
and we won't jeopardize not having a show, because I do not want to be in trouble.
That would be Jimmy's fault.
After
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Cindy and
that'd be
I
like-
cuckooed the moon pies and
Yeah.
then you did the fireworks.
I'll bring the sparklers. Calm down. All right, and this visit widget,
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, visit
3 times
widget,
fast.
we've talked for the last 5 years, off and on, about maybe doing a little kiosk, not replacing Elena and Missy and me or whoever is at the window at Visitor Center. But in addition to having a little touch screen that people can go to and find information, and basically it pulls from the website. What Visit Widget does is actually an add-on to your website, and it will pull itineraries. Like, they will look and see things to do, and they'll go, oh, well, I can hike the Emerald Outback, so they'll pull that over into their little column for their itinerary,
Mhm.
and it'll have all the information about Emerald Outback that is pulled from the website. They'll go, well, let's see, I need to stay somewhere, so they'll go, all right, well, 4 seasons, pull 4 seasons over, and they'll have a little box of information on 4 seasons, and it's from the website. When it gets it all collected, then they
Dumps it
load it
into-
to their phone.
Cool.
And then it gives them about a 10-second screen delay, and then if nobody moves anything, then it resets. So the next person doesn't come up to the screen and get the same thing. But it's a really cool idea. You would need visit widget for your website, and then this would be an additional thing. And the little touch screen thing, I talked to them, I didn't get the full presentation, I did like a little 5-minute thing. If y'all are interested, we can have them present to you at the
Ballpark?
next- Yeah,
Ballpark what?
probably 10,000 website
that's-
ad, and
that's
then
less than I
2,000
thought.
if you're an indoor kiosk, but if you're an outdoor kiosk, it's more like 20,000.
Okay. I mean, that's less than I thought, but I think we really need to take a look, and we all kind of have talked about this, is that visitor center and just redesigning the visitor center. So, this might be a good stopgap, and it sounds interesting, and I think people would like it, and it doesn't sound as expensive as I thought it would be.
How big, I mean, how big is it?
It
I would
was
think a
like
kiosk of like a
they-
mall.
In standard, what they were showing me was like a 46-inch screen. And
On
they just
the
have a
wall?
pedestal for the one that they were showing. The outdoor one had like a big kind of big stand around it and a little hooded kind of thing over it. But the indoor one, which would probably be what we'd be interested in at this point, just had a pedestal. For our purposes, it probably needs to be on the wall because we don't have any floor
Yeah,
space
yeah.
in that visitor center.
Mhm.
It looks like you're going in a Romanian orphanage in the middle of winter.
It does.
And that sledding hill is busy, all the grandmas and the crying babies and the sick people and the bloody ones are all packed in the visitor center with us, and, there's no floor space. So, and I take all the office chairs out and I put them out, so the sick babies and the crying grandmas and the bloody people can all sit down, so.
So
You know,
you like
not
click
much
on
room
it
there.
and it tells you what time? I'm kind of confused.
It does like an itinerary for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you're looking through the website and you're going, okay, things to do, and it pulls up our things to do, and it'll say things like Emerald Outback, fishing, hiking, bicycling, go to Grandfather Mountain, all that stuff. Well, you go, okay, I want to do that, and you click on that and move it over to your little screen. There's a
Okay.
little subset of the screen that has your stuff in it. And then you are containing all of the links to our website about those different things, including lodging, places to eat,
Sure.
events.
Which is cool because we don't have to re-enter that data. You're already using existing data. And then the other cool thing is we would be able to capture the person's email address.
And we captured their interest, because that tells us, part of the reason why you've had such success is that in the visitor center, and this, I don't always like this, I will admit, I get tired of trying to do all my actual high-level work with 1,000 people at the counter. But I hear all the time what 1,000 people want. And because of that, we focus now our marketing and our campaigns and where the TDA wants to put their money, things on the mountain, what those 1,000 people want. That's
So-
what's informing us.
In your opinion, and you're over there all the time, obviously, is that something that would pay for itself?
Yeah, I think it would.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with
They
it.
drag it over and make a little box of their
Yeah,
own
they,
stuff.
they,
And they-
yeah.
But then what happens? Do
They
they
download
print
it to
it
their
out?
phone.
Okay,
Goes to
so
their
it goes
phone.
into their phone from
Mhm.
that kiosk.
Yeah.
Got it.
Now,
And I
And
wanna-
basically, they share it to themselves, and then they'll have a little button on their phone, and they click that, and here's your itinerary for Beach Mountain.
And the
Huh?
itinerary requests are growing. That's where the guests are moving to. They want their vacation plans.
Yeah, they want it to be just
Yeah,
all
that
packaged
really
for
is
them.
Something, but winter people know, they know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Summer, spring,
It's
and
worse.
fall, they
I-
need us to tell them.
I
Well,
bet
and
that
I want a
thing,
whole itinerary category, things to do on a rainy day.
yeah,
That's
Buckeye,
when they drive
Buckeye.
us nuts.
We have a whole page of that.
Yeah.
But I bet not only the,
Real estate.
oh, yeah. But I bet not only on the kiosk, I bet that there's a side of it that could also be part of the website.
Yes.
So it's almost like getting two different types of
No, it's cool.
vehicle programs for one.
And
Yeah.
it's pretty cutting edge. I haven't seen it, you know.
If we could ever get one at the Overlook or up at the Outback, that would be huge.
Well, maybe we do here, we see how well it
And
does,
then add on.
and then
Yeah.
add on.
No, I like the idea.
Yeah,
I
do
too.
an indoor one that's inexpensive.
Mhm.
You think like they can next meeting or in the future have like a
We
5-minute
can,
YouTube video?
invite them to present, y'all want them to present at the
Yeah.
next meeting?
Sure.
Okay, all right, I will ask them. Because it really is a great concept. They do have 130 DMOs or chambers that they're working with.
Is there
and,
anybody local that we could go play on?
I don't think there's anybody right around here,
Which is good.
but I'll ask.
Okay,
That's kinda
see where the closest one is, and one of us can go and we'll do it on our phone.
I'll go to the one in the Florida Keys and test it.
It's actually Hawaii. I've already got it.
Okay, I put Paris down for me.
Is that something that you would advertise on the billboard?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Personally,
Could say create your own itinerary.
Yeah, stop by the visitor center.
Itinerary.
Well, I was just
I
trying to
think-
see if you could almost keep people out of the visitor center by way of letting them do it on their own.
they like to see you, so. We'll get low.
But she says she's got 1,000 people and they're overrunning.
That's
No,
only
with
during,
the-
that's only during the sledding hill.
Hopefully, I will have over 2,000 people in the month of February.
Oh, I
There will be
believe that.
over 2,000 people in the visitor.
She's got the toilet paper
To
I've
prove
got
it.
the toilet paper,
And the plunger.
we got the empty toilet paper
No,
rolls.
no, but with that, to make a comment on the billboard thing, you've already got the app phone.
Yeah.
So like, you don't want, if it's me and I'm coming up from Atlanta or Charlotte, I really don't want to see anything related to technology. If I'm coming up to the mountains, that's kind of like, at least how I take it, I'm trying to get away from all that stuff, personally.
You mean to
You're,
tell me all-
you're a mountain snob, Jimmy.
I mean, that's,
When they walk in the door.
It's just like they hand you their phone.
Jimmy, when I was
Yes.
when I was
Where's
in your
my
place
iPad?
last week, half of the
He
people
just
in
put
there
up
were.
10, he just put up 10 televisions. Did you or did you not? Yeah.
but it was time. I'm just saying,
Yeah. you
we're in
were
tourism.
Okay.
We don't want computers. I mean, in this case we do, but not on our billboard.
Over 60% of your traffic's more like close to 70% is
Oh.
coming from mobile devices.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
This is how they do everything.
Actually,
You
yeah.
look up
Yeah.
everything.
If that app could be integrated with your widget. in
Well-
some
They're not-
way.
Well,
They're not coming here for the touchscreen, they're coming here, you know, our
They
billboard
actually-
needs to be here.
But it's,
Also
the touch
the
screen
news apps.
starts them, Jimmy. It's not like the
Alright, no, you
end.
could argue that, you could
The
definitely
touch
argue that.
screen
I-
starts
I
them.
could-
It's
I
like-
could be- yeah.
X
while
marks
we're
the spot.
talking about the app, and I know this goes back and sounds really old school, but for the holidays, you know, for a while you gave us those little things to put on our desks and talk about the app. Could we not print up tent cards to put in all the rooms and all the restaurants about the app again, just for that 2-week period? Just
I
to
do
put-
that anyway. I print my own and put them in
Yeah.
my check-in packets.
Okay.
But just FYI.
You go, girl.
That's there.
I mean, we
Different one of them.
All right, I'll print mine.
Sounds like you
I'll print Jimmy's.
Yeah, I think me and Caller are getting beat up today.
Love you guys.
Well,
I'm
then we
just
have to separate you two.
That's actually a really good point you made there.
I mean, I know they see the billboard, but still, I think if they're in a property or sitting at a restaurant table, a reminder would be a nice idea.
Yeah, that,
Probably
Yeah.
stole it.
Or
I
even
think so
if
too.
we had a sign for the sledding hill, since a lot of people use the sledding hill and maybe not a lot of other businesses around. If we
yeah.
put something on the sledding hill to advertise.
We could.
What's that?
That's a good idea.
Pretty much
The app
everybody
or
that
the
goes to Sledding Hill
visit
comes
widget.
in the visitor center.
Maybe-
So we could-
Maybe we print stickers and have Fred and Wilson put them on all those sleds they sell.
A sign, a banner, something to put on the
In the old
fence.
days,
I
they'd
don't
walk
know.
through the parking lot and slap them on
We
the
already got
windshield.
a billboard though.
Yeah, I think
We
a
do
bit-
like Calder's approach, like if we're gonna entertain doing that.
Something.
Just putting stickers on people's children.
I don't know.
Let's tattoo them.
When they come in, that'd be cool to give a kid a
Alright.
sticker, but it wouldn't want to be an ad.
So we're gonna have
Yeah.
a presentation on Visit Widget
Yeah,
for
on
next
the
month,
widget
hopefully.
next. Yeah.
Do we want to do visit widget then? Or do we want to maybe look at the website? Or should we do both?
We could do both. Let's
Okay.
We could do both.
Since you're setting up for one, you might as well set up for both,
I
right?
guess, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Let visit widget do it first.
Because we'll
That's
need
why they
some-
can roll out.
The new
Screen
site
and-
won't be happening by Christmas.
Actually, I think it will.
That's what
Yeah,
happened.
I think it will. You know, if y'all will review and, you know, say whatever changes
Get your
you
comments.
want made.
Okay.
There are
Okay,
some
so-
technical changes that we definitely want, but, you know, just, you know, we can tweak it however you want.
All right.
So the body of it's there and it's good now. We're just kind of dressing it and moving things around.
Yes, ma'am. All right, next one would
Changing
be the
pictures.
spring retreat. I really won't say much other than just, I hope you guys continue to do these every year, but as far as the time,
We had
all that
tentatively
stuff.
set March the 3rd, which was the first Tuesday. And that's just, you know, following on what we did last year. If that still seems appropriate to y'all. Do you think we could get the recreation space again?
Oh, I'd be happy to host you. Just let me check that date.
Okay.
And I think, Jimmy, you brought pizza.
I really don't remember. Between you guys and my good buddy Barry over
Yeah,
there,
you
he's
did.
texting.
Yeah.
So I'll check for March 3rd, and we'll hopefully have it up in the Elm Room. And then we need to, we wanted to invite at least one council person,
Yes.
so you know.
Well, actually, the town manager.
He needs to be there too.
And who would be
Well,
our
and-
speaker?
And if council wants to come,
I was
absolutely.
gonna, if y'all were agreeable, invite Wright to come again.
He was excellent. He was a great facilitator.
Or we could have Tracy, who is his counterpart for Blowing Rock. Also very, very successful, extremely well-versed in tourism marketing.
Why don't you ask
Interaction
Wright
with-
first, because he knows us. He knows how we roll.
Utilities always good.
But Tracy used to be the sheriff at Tweetsy.
Like, where's this
Do,
going?
is everyone
just
comfortable
saying.
with that date, March 3rd?
Fine.
Okay.
Do you want me to make a motion for that? Do we have a motion for March 3rd for the retreat,
And
2020?
I second, as long as the
As long
date's
as
available at
your-
my
at
place.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Alright.
Pending available, what was the room, Elm Room?
Elm Room.
Okay.
Miss Mandy Taylor, if you'll give the chamber report.
We've set our new board now. We have 3 new board members. Leslie Johnson, Israel Del
Del Rio.
Uh-huh.
and Judy Decker. And we're moving forward. Just,
Awesome.
we're gonna keep trucking along and get more memberships.
There's 4 of you, 5 of you.
There's 7 of us. Is there 7 of us? There's 7 of us.
Yeah.
7
Yeah.
total?
Mhm.
Who's chairing it now? Just curious.
Chair is Judy Decker.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, she'll facilitate.
Bernie and I left the board, but I'm still involved with directing
Of course.
from the office side.
About how many chamber members do you have? And
Right now, there's about 65.
65. And is that pure businesses, or does
No.
that count like,
That's individuals. There's probably 10 individuals, so about 55 business members.
okay.
And that's grown quite a bit this past
Quite
year.
a bit,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've added about 12 business members and about 6 or 7 individuals.
I will tell you something funny. So today I actually had a potential board member, prospect, and he was all in a rush to join the club. And I'm like, God, this is like really cool. And he's giving it to his family as a Christmas present. So maybe you could do a drive, give the chamber membership as a Christmas present or something.
Oh, that's neat.
You
We're-
know?
We're doing Christmas
Stocking
cards,
stuffer.
So we could add that
You
to
know?
that. That would be cool.
Yeah.
One thing that I think that worked pretty well is those discount cards that we started.
That has
doing.
helped
Yeah, I
tremendously.
think that's a good little perk.
Yes.
Doesn't hurt the small businesses up here. It helps,
Exactly.
At least I've seen a decent amount use it.
It builds community.
Yeah,
And
that's
unity.
good value too. You're getting
Yes.
something for your buck.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anything else on that, Mandy?
I don't think so.
Miss
Oh,
Kate?
Mandy, were you guys in
On the
charge?
same day as wasn't that meeting scheduled down at the other restaurant, and then it came in conflict with the special meeting that was going on here? Because it seems like,
What are you talking
I
about?
think that special meeting here was Thursday, and then our dinner, that dinner we did, the Chamber Annual Awards, was that Friday.
We moved it from Thursday to Friday because of your Friendsgiving. Or we moved it maybe from one week to the
One to the
next
next.
week.
because I drove
Yeah.
by there and I thought, wow, nobody's attending that.
Yeah,
There was about 22 people
Yeah, it was
that
good.
attended.
good turnout.
Yeah.
It gave up Frank Steele an award, and
The Overlook Barn was Business of the Year.
Mandy.
All the board
I
members.
drove back from Raleigh.
Bye, Barry. Thank you. Do you want to say anything before you leave?
Question
Nah,
that's
he's
totally
good.
off the mark.
Have
And-
fun. We
And
are.
by the way, congratulations, thank you for stepping
Yes.
up and
Oh,
being
yeah, we
mayor.
can't call you just Barry. Got to call you Mayor.
Thanks, Mayor.
Bye, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor.
No, it's, I think you guys got a lot of good things going, really. It's too bad we can't get that sign.
We'll get it. May delay, but we'll get it.
We can really do a lot with that.
Yes.
We're not gonna stop.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Sounds like the other.
At least it's in good hands.
No, that's,
Yeah.
that's what I was.
At least it's in good hands,
If
though.
we still need to address the
You know.
first offer or.
First right of refusal.
Yes, we
Yeah.
still need to approach that.
Yeah.
No one has done that yet.
Has the town and the TDA met their goal on Shane Park? Has the money been expended by both parties?
Yes.
I don't think the goal was met.
No,
Yeah, the goals.
goal
Well,
is-
well, I guess my question is, in this budget of what we've got here, is any of this gonna go to that Shane Park? Has it already been expended?
It's already been assigned to, the yeah, we've already had a contract put out.
But we haven't paid, we haven't written the check out of
But we
here.
won't start till spring.
So the commitment, how much was the commitment?
It was
$50,000.
$50,000.
So we're $50,000 less, really, with what we've got to operate on.
Well, it was under capital outlay, and that's in our budget, but it's not an operating line.
Right.
So we're fine.
Well, it's in our bank account, but we still
Yeah,
have to.
it's in our bank
It will
account.
be debit.
Well, I have a reason for asking if that money had been spent and whatever, because I have a little bit of an idea and a dream, but I don't know if now's the time to put it out there for y'all.
All right.
See you, Mayor.
Thank you.
I'll wait till the next meeting. Now, there's a piece of property that has come on the market that I think should be of interest to the town.
Good.
It's a 5-acre parcel. It engulfs the same creek that emanates beside the ski beaches, your new pavilion area there, when it crosses over the road,
Okay.
and down by, I guess that's West Pond Creek. Anyhow, that beautiful stream down through there.
Mm-hmm.
And it includes a rather nice waterfall feature, but it's 5 acres of woods and creek and waterfall, and they're asking $199.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's good.
What are the roads that are surrounding it?
West Pond Creek Road and Dogwood, and a trail could go right down there alongside that creek
I'll have to
and
go
hop
walk it.
over the road and end up down at the Beach Mountain Club in no time.
We already have that trail designed.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Jess and Ed and I went down there
Mm-hmm.
and looked at it, and we tried to.
Starting
find
across
grant-
from Rascals down over the road.
Yes, yes. To take down
Well,
that
that piece of land is in an estate, and there's right at, 5 acres there that would make for some beautiful little dirt campsites or something like that, you know?
Yes, ma'am. I mean,
They can park
I'll
at
go
Ski
look at it.
Beach and walk down there, but it's pretty darn central, and it's a pretty nice piece of property. Anyhow,
Thank you for sharing the idea.
Let's go shopping.
You got your credit card?
Okay, I'm looking at
do.
Capital
I get
Management
$5.
Trust.
Let's really go shopping. No, I think it
You've
might
got
be
money.
something.
Just saying.
Just saying,
Well,
there's money.
how have they designed a trail down there when they don't own the land? It's just
They were gonna
easements.
ask for
Ask,
easements.
yeah, they were
They were
gonna,
gonna ask for easements.
Well, better yet, we own it.
Well, if it's in a trust, it'll be hard to get an easement.
Of course,
It just,
There is a
Oh.
sewer line that runs down through there too.
That would be easy.
So it'd be like the picturesque sewer that we walk along
The
on
sewer
concrete.
trail.
The sewer trail.
yum yum.
They'll think it says sower though.
isn't it
Well,
most,
until we-
aren't most of our hiking trails along,
well, until we
They
got
are,
metal containers
right?
at Beach
That's how we got the
Manor,
right of way.
That's where the bears used to get their picnic and go down there
And take it down
to
there.
picnic.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
enough. I picked up garbage down there a lot, but anyhow, I just kinda hate for somebody to buy it and put,
would you want to put that on the agenda for next meeting and we'll have like specs on it and stuff like that?
well, I don't know, how exactly to go about that, but, or
Ask-
maybe y'all
It would be, I mean, the
kind of
TDA
preview
could,
it.
could kind of, we could try to pay part of it. We certainly couldn't pay all of it, but we could.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, you know, and they might even do owner financing over 4 or 5 years or something to let you
Well,
bite it off. in-
Also, sometimes if you go to them, like Mr. Calvania, you know, they'll work some kind of deal with you. I mean, he lets us use the overlook for $1 a year or whatever, so
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah.
Well, something to think about.
Alrighty, well, the Pineapple Report, they give you their November publicity editorial value of $101,108, which is, again, more than we paid them. They,
For 1 month.
for 1 month, yeah. They've been pitching the retro ski weekend. They have been working with family-focused influencers. We have one scheduled to come at this point. She is coming February 6th, 7th, and 8th. And we have a couple of others who are coming possibly in May. I've been working with Sean Royal to try to maybe do something around the mud run and have some influencers come. As we progress with this, we're not saturated in winter, but we are very good at getting people up here in winter.
Mhm.
So to make the best use of our budget, they're trying to make better use out of people in spring, summer, fall, and then just kind of keep us in front of mind instead of having people that explain who we are in the winter. They're just trying to keep the ski resort in front of mind, because that
Mhm.
is already.
Oh, that's all we need.
Yeah. So, they have got several people that they are looking at, to get to come, but one that is already in the works.
I have a question about that.
Uh-huh.
I had let you know a couple months ago that Instagram is changing the way they show their likes and
Mhm.
who can see. Is that going to affect us?
I don't know if it will affect us. I mean, when you use Instagram as an influencer, you actually have a different kind of account.
So it
So-
may be okay.
They may still be able to give us information about that.
Okay.
So, but it is in transition. It's like when we used to, everything used to be advertised through Facebook, and then we had to change how we did that too. So, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are continuing, of course, with our print advertising and other media, but our digital media, we are working on the sweepstakes campaign right now. We've got over 1,000 people who have signed up for it. It ends Friday evening. So by Saturday, they should be able to let me know that what they do is then reach out to the winner, and then they let me know who that person is, connect me with them, and I work on their actual package. We used to set a package and say, this is what you won, but sometimes it didn't work for the people. I mean, we actually had people win skiing one year that didn't want to ski. So we wait now till we get the winner, and then we go, okay, here are your options of things you can do, and they tell me what they want to do.
Why
So-
do you apply for something you can't do?
Well, it's a winter getaway
Just
on
in
Beach
general.
Mountain, which actually is kind of a nice thing because it might be ski, but it might, what if you want to go and go ice skating, go to the brewery, go have a nice dinner,
Just
you know?
chill.
Yeah, so that way we don't restrict it to just a smaller population of people that would apply. So I think we're, moving pretty well along with the digital marketing. Kyra Walker is our new digital marketing contact with Pineapple, and she came up with Allison Singh a couple months ago, and they had a really good time up here. They gave us a page of things that they have collected on Asheville Citizens Time, Daily News Journal, Family Vacation Critic, High Country Press, A-List Nation, and Travel 100. Then you see on the next page, I put in my report, I also have a couple of others. The Murfreesboro Magazine, Blue Ridge Outdoor, Charlotte Magazine. We're getting good coverage in a wide variety of places. So we're getting coverage still in the same places, but then we're getting coverage in new places as well. Results-wise, we did have 573 visitors in the visitor center, more than the 498 from the previous year. Occupancy tax is up over the previous October. Most of our visitors in October were still looking for hiking. Then the resort opening early was very good for us. We did have, in our little informal survey, we try to survey about 1 in 4, about 25% of the people that show up. 55% of those people were from Florida. So that is about what you'd expect this time of the year. The last thing is just a page that has a little pie chart of last year's totals for the months. And February through December totaled 44% of your lodging revenue. So it is a very important time. You know, December, January, February are going to be your 3 highest paying months.
Yes, ma'am.
But then June, July, and August, in total, were 22%. So summer is coming up. Now your biggest summer month is still 55% now of your biggest winter month. So summer is growing much faster
It would
than
be
winter.
bigger if everybody paid taxes.
Yes, it would be.
But because of the 90-day rule,
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the summer, we get a lot of long-term rentals, and we don't
Yes.
have those people in the
Mm.
winter, so. You know, but I feel like, as far as collecting taxes, I feel like Rebecca is, understanding the importance, and Kelsey is really helping her, and they've got some spreadsheets going now, and they're paying attention. So, you know, I still am on the fence about STR helper. You know, is it worth, because if you send out 118 letters and you get answers back from half of them and none of them resulted in getting more money.
Yeah, there's an issue.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, I just, I didn't want to grill her, but, the follow-up, if, she did that, and then there was so many that we didn't hear from, and, it's not just hearing from and not hearing from, it's, you have to go to that next step to make it mean something, so.
Yeah. But in general, I think she's getting the idea of a process now. So, and it really may not be that dependent on STR helper. So, and as far as what I'm doing, I will be in the women's prison on Tuesday.
For how many years?
Yeah, what's your cell number? We'll send you something, a file.
I'm packing a lot of M&Ms and Diet Coke. No. They do put an invisible ink tattoo on you when you go in.
Well, at least it's
Seriously,
invisible.
Seriously, in case something happens while you're there, so they can identify your body. But that's
It's like Orange is the New Black.
yes.
I'm not
Should we
encouraged.
put that on the website?
Can we take out a policy and have it payable?
Hurry.
I actually enjoy going to the women's prison. The ladies, I mean, they look exactly like me. They just wear different clothes. They look like not you and you, but, not you, but they do, they look exactly like us.
Orange sweater.
You know, I shouldn't I?
You might get kept.
They really need to hear because they can't go on the internet, y'all. So if communities do not go and give them the latest up-to-date information and presentations about what they've got, when somebody calls that North Carolina Visitor Center line, those are the people that answer the phone. And you've got to give them the ammo they need to serve the customers. So I go, and you know, it is, I'm claustrophobic, so it's a little, you know. But I would say that the building they use is nice. It's a regular kind of a library sort of building, and it does have air conditioning. The only one on the campus of the women's prison in Raleigh that has air conditioning. So it's a very coveted job, and it's important to do. So I'm working on my PowerPoint, getting all my new stuff in there, and they like to know all the stuff we do. We used to do a snowman's contest, and they loved that, but
We used to get great
apparently
pictures
we're
from
not
that,
doing
too.
that, so
Why?
I don't know.
I thought we decided to put it on the schedule and do it.
One thing,
Could we get the rec center to take it over and then we just
There was
promote
the
it?
rec centers,
Oh,
and
it
they
was.
decided.
Does the chamber need to take it over?
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be a good
Chamber
idea
would
for
take
you.
it over.
It's
The
not
chamber would
hard.
take it over.
You get a bag of carrots, like some buttons, hats and scarves, and just ask for Rick to blow snow, hopefully, the day before into piles, and the kids and the adults love it. I don't think it's hard, and we can get you judges, Susie O'Connell, Therese Berry, Karen Brett sometimes. I mean, they love it.
Is there a specific time frame?
It's always the first Saturday in February.
Because usually we have pretty
And
darn
I had
good
it
snow.
on the calendar card, and then they asked me to take it off. Because they're not doing that anymore. They're not doing the winter bonfires and hay rides either.
Is it a staffing thing, or is it a planning thing, or do I need to ask someone else?
I don't know. I think just ask them. Because I think they just find it hard to do the outdoor winter things.
Well, I get it, it's cold, but, I mean, we're on Beach
But
Mountain, people.
it does mean something, and I will tell you that is something that they were very intrigued by at the women's prison. If y'all want to do it, if the chamber wants to take it on, I will.
I vote the chamber takes it on. I think it's a great event.
I mean, I voted.
I'll get you your judges. I'll buy the bag of carrots.
We
You
have to
can
make
get the
sure
hats.
they want it,
I'll go through our lost and found and get
I would
scarves and
assume they
hats.
want it.
I would rather
usually I
talk
drag
to
them out
them
of our
first to
stuff.
find out why,
Yeah.
and then,
Because me and Matt, we're not on the board anymore, so I don't
Right.
want to speak for them on my behalf,
so.
But I wouldn't see why they wouldn't want to do it.
And what day on the calendar?
First Saturday in February is normally when it's done. I'll talk with Buckeye and find out the reasonings,
Yeah.
and then,
Yeah, just
Make
let
a
me know,
plan.
and if, I will add it to my PowerPoint for next week if y'all want to do it, I would love to see that.
okay.
I think it's a great family type event. No.
It'd be, actually February 1st.
To speak upon something like that,
Oh, yeah, they love it. Plus, we get media out of it.
Yes, the media loves it, and the photos are always really cute.
the
Oh, yeah.
80s committee, I feel like we haven't really met.
Kate, how many people do you present to when you do the prison visit?
The entire, there's
I was
like 20
laughed
ladies.
really hard.
20 ladies?
Yeah.
I know. They got me stretching.
Does anyone else go, like, does High Country Host go, or does any of the
Oh,
other?
yeah.
So you're not alone
No,
with
no.
yourself?
Yeah. I'm not that riveting, they don't want to spend the whole day with me. Usually, somebody from Grandfather Mountain will go because they get a lot of questions about Grandfather Mountain. We've had Tweetsy go with us. We had Mystery Hill go with us one year.
They have an awesome donut shop, guys.
Mystery Hill is really, really
I mean,
transforming itself.
The axe throwing and the all kinds of stuff
Yeah,
they got
that
going
is
on.
Matthew.
Jimmy, I think you
Underwood.
need
He
axe,
is-
I think you
I mean,
need axe
it was
throw
like
in
they
here.
got the crossbows, I've seen it.
That'd be
I haven't
cool.
done it, but I've seen it. You know?
So, yeah, there, what this group is the North Carolina Mountains High Country.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we will go and present.
Do you have any of the tour guide people, remember how you did that one? That was at Bullwinkle?
Yeah, they are, I'm not sure what their itinerary is gonna be this year. They usually come in May. But yeah, we will try to get, whoever will come up here, we will host them.
Okay, cool.
They were, those were the visitor center managers,
Right.
your North Carolina Visitor Center managers. And we've had the AAA group before too.
That was a AAA group, the one we went to, Daniel Boone
Yes,
in. and-
yes. And
You got
they-
to go to Daniel Boone?
Daniel Boone in, yeah, 'cause they all congregate there and then you can stand up and say your piece during their meal. So, and they're usually really tired by the time they get there and they're real docile.
If that's good or bad.
Well,
Yeah, but those of us that go to politic, we have to buy our own dinner. The AAA people get fed, but we have to buy our own.
So if you didn't buy your own, you were smelling the chicken and everything, so.
any other reports, Miss Kate? Thank you.
I want to say
Yeah.
that I'm excited about Christmas because we're getting 10 days or
Yeah, I know,
12
because
days
it
or
lands on
14
the
days.
Wednesday. I've noticed that.
We start getting busy on the 20th and we go till the 2nd or 3rd or 4th.
That's great.
Are
Yeah,
you
we're
seeing
getting
full
right through that
booking? Are you guys
Saturday
full?
night.
I am slap full from the
Yay.
26th to the 30th.
Ordered 5,000 pounds of cheese. We better be busy.
Yeah.
I got a couple openings on the 30th, but
That's good.
how are you doing?
Mine are mostly coming in on the 28th and staying to the 4th or 5th.
That's good too.
Yeah,
But
most of mine are coming the 27th.
I've got about half of mine rented the week of the 20th to the 26th, I'll say.
Dude, that's
Well,
good.
Monday
I
you
don't,
start
I don't
calling
have
all
about
the
a third of
dogs.
mine rented.
I
That's
see
the week
you an
before.
email
Yeah,
early
I saw
on.
that.
I wonder how the Pinnacles are doing. Wonder.
She said she's coming along, but she still has openings.
Yeah, she does still have some things, but
If it keeps looking like this, we're gonna be jamming.
You
Yeah.
know,
So I'm not
Kate,
supposed to send to you or you?
Kate,
Everybody's
too late
full?
to-
Me, and if I've got a 2-day hold or something, I'll.
Okay, it's too late for this year, but next October or November, if we could get some of these mall bloggers to promote that if you can come before the 26th, things are less crowded, cheaper, whatever, if we can put a little bit of a push to,
we can start telling people to do that now. Like, we can work with Pineapple and say, please inform your media.
Cause see, we're getting so booked, we can't
Yeah,
take
all you have
anyone
to do
else.
is turn them away.
yeah, I mean, that's, you know, by next week, half of my phone calls were saying, we'd love to help you, but.
I'm
we'd
telling
love to help
people
you,
that
but.
now.
We'd love
I've
to
got a
help you,
paper
but.
list that's got like 6 holes that I can fit.
Yeah, and even in our not great years, we almost always book solid, Christmas to New Year's.
And we, Kate, do you want us maybe next Monday start promoting that list of where we call in our random?
That's what I was just
So you
saying,
can tell us
yeah,
that.
that we do start that on Monday.
I
Yeah,
actually
we-
sent mine in this past Monday.
Yeah, but we'll update you because I bet you have.
I'm getting
What is your
more.
random stuff?
Yeah.
What?
I
What do you
put
do?
4 today.
We,
so.
she sends us a
call and
little
get
form
their
and we
vacancies.
email in our random vacancies.
Oh,
So that as
And then
people
I
call
make a
in, they know where to
spreadsheet,
send them.
Send it to all of
Oh,
them
okay.
so they can refer to each other.
oh,
You
okay,
can't do
cool.
that everywhere, but these guys work really well.
Good.
And let me just tell you, Carolina Cabin Rentals has been referring to me.
Wow.
Why, I don't know. 'cause
Did
that
they
one
change
weekend that
personnel?
happened, I don't know. I don't know what's happened. But they're sending people to me.
That's great. That is great.
Council, or not council comments, sorry.
TDA comments? Start with you, Cole. All good. Sandy, anything?
I'm just happy to be here and happy to work with you guys.
Yes.
Cindy?
Sad
I
to see
shared
Jimmy
my
go.
dream with y'all already.
Sad to see Jimmy leave.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll still be here though.
You will.
Use me as a tool.
Do we-
That's what I told the chamber.
Kate, should we send a letter to the town to congratulate the new council and new mayor?
That'd be nice.
That'd be a nice thing.
Yeah, let's do that.
And looking forward to working with them, and then maybe after I figure out whether March 3rd works or not, could put that date in there.
March 3rd. Speaking of that,
You thinking March 3rd not working?
no, this is just dates. We have the next council meeting, not the next one, but January's meeting is before this meeting. So I need to resign now. That's why we can appoint somebody or recommend somebody for this seat. So this is my last meeting.
Well,
Because it'd be Tuesday on the 14th, the 15th is the
you don't
TDA
have to
meeting.
resign at the meeting. Just keep everything safe. Why don't you stay on there right now? Because I've got you as a check signer and you
Okay,
know, I
So
can't
I
make use
just-
of you if you're.
okay. No, that's fine. I just wanted to address it. I just now thought of that. So that's fine.
So will he still be able to appoint if he's on the same board?
No, he will go off like the day of that meeting.
Okay, gotcha.
That's fine.
Because then we still have the utility of you.
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
don't mind me
absolutely.
saying it that
No,
way.
that's fine. That's fine.
He said we could use him as a tool.
It'll be interesting to see
My
the
head's really
four,
full.
A pizza making tool.
it'll be interesting to see the four people. Does the four people,
Pizza jokes?
Yeah.
though, getting free pizza donated?
Yeah.
You should start telling those. Of those four people, are Mandy and I included in those four?
Well,
So there's
I
only two
saw, the new guy who's retired and doesn't qualify. You two reapplied, and then Michael. And Michael also
Oh,
said he was
there's
interested in,
So there's 7, because there's 4, and I
for
didn't.
TDA,
Mhm.
are they all TDA?
They're not top tier TDA, it's like, it might be a third option or a second.
Are
option.
any of them people that work in hospitality and tourism?
Like, are
All
any
the
of them
time, from
qualified?
what I read.
Yeah, see,
I
none
read
of
very
those
quickly,
will
but-
qualify.
Yeah.
So again, my question is, so he resigns, and then can we can operate with just the
Well, but
four of
council
us?
can say, we'd like to postpone the appointment to this particular committee till our next meeting. I mean, you'll have that option.
I mean,
Yeah,
only 1/5 though,
yeah.
I think as long as we still have a quorum,
Right.
it's as if you're just.
I think
Who's the vice? Is that you?
They're more concerned about it.
My term is 1 more year, and so is Cindy.
No, who's
But who's
vice chair?
vice chair?
I thought it was called.
I think it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, you are vice chair.
So you would run the meeting?
They
Okay,
call me.
all right.
There you go.
Surprise! Guess what?
There you go.
They look so joyful, Riley.
You have to be on pizza.
Oh, snap, Riley. Snap.
One more. Got one more pizza joke before we leave.
I didn't make it up, I'm just repeating it. The pizzeria, that's what you get when you eat pizza.
I get it. That's actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty funny.
You've never heard that one?
No,
I see that word
I
pizzeria.
Yeah, no, that is funny.
I make a motion, we get the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah,
Second.
big time. We're
All right.
All right.